What's up everybody, welcome back to a brand new vlog. I hope you guys are doing well out there in your state of quarantine, wherever you are in the world. We're still holding down the fort here at Eisei-en. It's just myself and Cameron working these days at the nursery, but we're still going strong here. I've even got my quarantine beard going on. My wife absolutely hates it, which is exactly why I plan on keeping it until it gets nice and long. So for this vlog, I thought it'd be interesting to show you one of the new shipments that's come into the nursery here. This is a shipment of ceramic pots for bonsai that I brought in from one of the most famous regions in all of the world for bonsai pottery, Tokoname, Japan. All right, so every year my wife Nancy and I, we travel to Japan at the beginning of the year to run our Japan Bonsai Tour. This is where we take a group of people from around the world, we gather in Japan, we travel around the country as a group to visit the best bonsai nurseries, gardens, temples, and of course we go to the Japanese National Exhibition or the Kokofu 10. Well, every year, right before that tour starts, Nancy and I go to Tokoname, which is a potter area in the sort of central region of Japan, just outside of Nagoya. Now, this area has been famous for centuries for making ceramics. They make roof tiles, toilets, all sorts of different things there. Well, in the last few decades, Tokoname has also become a very famous area for bonsai ceramics. So several decades ago, a bunch of the bonsai ceramicists from around Japan came together, made a collective in Tokoname, and set up essentially what amounts to a Tokoname bonsai village. Now, ever since the end of the economic bubble in the late 80s, early 90s, from that period onward, of course, the economy in Japan has kind of been on a downward trend. So a lot of those potters have actually shut their doors in the last decade or so. That being said, even today, there's still a lot of great ceramicists still in that area, and Tokoname is still considered one of the best locations in all of the world for bonsai ceramics. So on this last trip to Japan earlier this year, I swung by Tokoname again with Nancy. We went to visit Eisei-san, who's one of my good buddies in that area there, and we picked out a large number of pots to import into the United States. So that shipment has just arrived. It's sitting right outside in the parking lot here at the nursery. So I thought it'd be fun for us to open the box together, see what's in there, make sure that everything made it okay, splay everything out so we can all look at the goodies from Japan. So let's head out into the parking lot and pop this box open.
So you do, you do the
bonsai trees?
The bonsai trees.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you use these ceramics and you put
Put
stuff.
the trees in there, exactly. Yeah.
You got a good little deal back here.
That's
That's
man.
good. Well, appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
You guys
absolutely.
have a good day.
You too, thanks. So as always, Eisei-san packed this impeccably here, so it looks like everything made it, but we won't know for sure until we get each of these into the workshop and open each individual one up. So we're gonna carry them inside and see what they look like. So if you've ever traveled to Japan, you'll know how impeccably they pack everything. That's everything from stuff at the department store to packing and shipping materials. So you can see here that every single pot has been perfectly wrapped, and inside of each pot are other pots that have also been perfectly wrapped. Even the newspaper that's wrapped around the pots, it's not just nasty and all smashed together. It's very beautifully folded and taped only once on each pot. Pretty cool. I don't know, I got a foot fetish with these new pots coming in.
The beautiful feet, huh?
Oh gosh, I love the feet on this thing. Sexy feet on her too. Oh man. We're gonna have to keep that in mind for our feet. Okay, it's the final pot. Let's see if it's broken.
Okay.
Or if we had 100% success.
Here we go. Got some nice pictures on it. Oh my god. We'll be back in 20 minutes. And there's more. Oh, look at that. Piece of bamboo made out of clay.
Beautiful. We did it. All right, when I go to Tokoname to look for bonsai pots, what I'm looking for are pots that I think are going to work easily with certain trees. Doesn't necessarily mean that I have a specific tree in mind for a specific pot, but I have a general idea about what shapes and sizes, textures, and colors of pots work best in general with the largest majority of trees. So one of the pots that I picked out on this trip is this right here. This is what's called a moko, or a lotus-shaped pot. And this is one of those pots that's actually very easy to use with a number of different styles of trees. You can use it with a bunjin or a literati style tree. You can use it with a semi-cascade tree. You can use it with an informal upright or a very short squat tree. Any number of styles will work with this. So that's why I picked this up. This pot right here is actually made by the maker Zenigo, who is a famous maker. And despite the fact that this looks brand new, which it is, once we put it outside and start using it with the bonsai, it will patina up very, very quickly. Within 2 to 3 growing seasons, this thing will have a nice sheen to it. Another maker in Tokoname who I'm very fond of is Satomi. She makes these sort of small shohin style pots here. These are really beautiful. They're hand painted, handmade pots, and they're relatively inexpensive, which is one reason why I like to have them here at the nursery. They're a good seller, but they're very high quality despite the relatively low price. So they work beautifully for a number of deciduous trees, deciduous shohin trees. So I'm looking forward to next spring when we have material that we can actually pot up in something like this. All right, and the final pot that I want to show you guys from this shipment is my favorite pot here. This is made by the maker Sampo, who was a protege of Maruhei. Maruhei is a very famous maker in Tokoname. I'm not exactly sure if he's still in operation these days. I believe he is, but in any case, this fella Sampo is his protege. And one of the most famous designs that Maruhei came up with was a cantilever style pot. Now, Sampo has taken that and added a little bit of flair to it by changing up the feet on the pot to some degree. And of course, the clay color is slightly different from Maruhei as well. Maruhei tends to use a bit more of a yellowy brown clay. This is a true brown clay. So I saw this on the shelves in Tokoname and I had to have it here. And really the only way to ship something like this is in a larger shipment in a wooden crate, because these cantilever edges here are very, very easy to break. So shipping it in a regular box is nearly impossible. So I was very nervous about this coming in, very excited that it actually made it here, and I'm looking forward to putting a bonsai in it next spring. I want to thank you guys so much for checking out this vlog. If you like what we do here, make sure you like and subscribe down below, and check back every other Thursday for our Bonsai U series, where we take you through sort of tutorials on how to design and style and maintain beautiful bonsai. Till the next episode, take care.